Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, she calls herself a dream maker life changer. She specializes in reverse mortgages. She'll share her journey next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I love my life. I get to work with my kids. I own a fabulous company where I call it Thank God It's Monday. And when I see somebody else who loves their life the way I love my life, I have to have them on my show. And Gwendolyn Griffin is in the studio. She specializes in reverse mortgages. And you have a little twinkle in your eye because dream maker, life changer. Explain.
Yeah. Well, like you said, I absolutely love my job. I don't even consider it a job. I just consider it doing my duty for the boomers. I call myself a dream maker, life changer, because, Jeff, I can literally walk into a senior's life and make their dreams come true, put them in their forever home, because they are buying their forever home. When you get to be over 62, when you're buying that next home, it is your forever. So I make sure they get the one they want, they can afford with no payments. And also, life changer, because those seniors that are living hand to mouth, that have all the equity in their home and they have no idea how to get it out, I can come in and show them how I can help them get that out, have a better quality of life, and stay in their homes and age in place, because that's what's really important to our seniors. And it is amazing to watch their shoulders come up again. And it's like, they just can take a, sigh of relief, and it's so rewarding.
You were telling me your favorite part is the close, because sometimes you cry.
Oh, yes. I've been in lending for 23 years, and I'm telling you, I have never cried more at closings than I have with my my seniors, because, again, I've just, changed their lives drastically, whether I put them in their forever beautiful home they've dreamt about, or I've changed their lives so that they're no longer living hand to mouth. And it is amazing, the stories, the way that they just look at closing. They can't wait. They can't wait to sign the closing papers.
And we know a lot of people on fixed incomes in their 60s and 70s, and tapping into the value of their home. It's like turning their home into an ATM machine, isn't it?
It is. It's absolutely exactly what it is, because, reverse mortgages used to have a really negative connotation. And the thing is that you can't think about it that way, because equity is a tremendous, tremendous asset. And it's the asset that most of our seniors have. It's the largest one. And here's the thing about equity. You can have all the equity in the world, but it's not doing you any good. It does nothing for you. And if the market changes tomorrow, guess what? The equity goes away. But when you put it into reverse mortgage, you still have equity in your home. You're still getting the appreciated value, but you get to take some of that savings out.
Yes.
And you get to use it tax-free money.
Amazing.
Amazing.
And you still have the title, so you still own the home.
You still own the home. You still have, appreciated value. I set you up with a line of credit that gives you money on a monthly basis. It's amazing. Our seniors don't have a way to create extra income. Sure. But they can in their home. And here's the deal too. I just said about declining markets. If I take the equity out of your home let's say it appraises at $400,000, and we take the equity out, I literally keep that value at $400,000. Wow. It doesn't go. If the market starts declining, we are going to continue getting to get money off that $400,000. But let's say the market changes for the better, and now the house is going up in value. You get that benefit as well.
That is really cool. We've got some video from our library of just home sales and people trying to pay the bills. As we put this up, talk about the idea that a senior who really doesn't know how they're going to pay the light bill next month can suddenly have a new lease on life?
Okay. So they give me a call, and we look to see, these loans are age and equity based. They're true old asset lending, type loans. And so they call me up and they say, how about the equity? This is my age. I do the little numbers, and it's like, this is how much I can give you out of it. And what we do is it takes about 20 to 30 days to close the loan, so it's not that great of a deal. They're very easily qualified. I don't look at credit scores. I'm not worried about debt to income, which, you get into in that traditional lending. On that fixed income. So I don't look at that. It's a whole different type of qualifications, and they're much easier than traditional loans. But we go in, we take that equity out. I give them some at closing. I set them up with a line of credit that they can draw off tax-free. And now, if they had a house payment, I got rid of the house payment. So let's say their house payment is $1,200 a month. That goes away, so now they have $1,200 in their pocket every month.
That's beautiful.
And then I can give them some on a monthly basis if they want. So I can literally take monies out of the home, make it work for them. They stay in their home. It's all tax-free.
Yes.
And it was easy to get.
You were telling me before the show that the government has changed it just a little bit. At one point, you could get 45% of the value of your home?
Yeah, unfortunately, the government, because, our market is so volatile and the rates have been so crazy, they've limited or changed how much they're actually going to give on the equity side of, the lending. So it has been a little harder for our boomers to do, but it can be done.
Sure.
And what the, boomers need to understand is you may not get the money that you wanted out of the home. It may be a little bit, but here's the deal. Like I just said, if you have a $1,200 a month house payment and I make that go away, that's a huge benefit, because you take $1,200 times 12 in 1 year. How much money did you just save?
Right.
That's in your pocket.
So if at one point it was 45%, what is it now, like 30%?
Well, they're age and equity based, so it's the only time that getting older is a good thing, because the older you are, the more money you get. So if you're 62, I'm going to say it's probably going to be about 35%.
Okay, that's a good ballpark. Tell me one of your favorite stories of a person or couple you helped.
Oh, okay. My favorite one is I never go into the office, and one day I happened to go into the office, and one of the loan officers walked by with this older gentleman, and this gentleman had been to all the big boys trying to get an equity, not reverse, but a Texas cash out. Mm-hmm. And the cost was ridiculous, and his wife had lost her job, so he's the only breadwinner. Now, this man's 78 years old, and he's the only breadwinner. They were in the middle of redoing their home, and all of a sudden she loses her job, so it's up to him. So they decided they were going to do this Texas cash out, but they really couldn't qualify because now they're on one income. Right. So he didn't know what to do. And so the loan officer said, oh, hey, our mortgage, our reverse mortgage specialist is here, and she usually isn't, but she's here. Would you talk to her? And he stopped and he said, darling, I would love to talk to you. He said, but my wife will not do this. He said, I have talked to her for years trying to get her to do this, and she is not going to do it. And I said, well, I would be more than happy to just talk to her. And he said, honey, she's a tough nut to crack. But you know what? Excuse me. He goes, I'll give you a shot. I said, okay. So he apparently told her I'd be calling. So I talked to her, and she took my call. And this went on for about 4 or 5 weeks. And she kept giving me every reason she couldn't do it. And it was, my brother told me this and this and that. And I'm like, well, how many loans has your brother done? And she would laugh. She'd go, you got me on that, And so anyway, she called me up one day and she said, you know what? She said, I think this just might work for Charlie and me. And I said, you think so? So I called Charlie at work and I said, hey, Charlie. He said, what? I said, call me Nutcracker.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
It was so fun. And he said, what? I said, I cracked that nut.
Well, I can see why you love your life so much. Okay, we've got about a minute left. Look into that camera on the left and talk to the couple who's watching this video right now and is thinking to themselves, we might need to contact Gwendolyn.
Look, here's the thing about reverse mortgages. There's so much bad information out there, and that's exactly what it is bad. These are the best loans for the seniors. Anybody that is 62 or greater, these loans truly are life-changing, and they can definitely make dreams come true. They're easy to get. They're the safest loan on the market. They're the most highly regulated loan on the market. And they are the only really true protected loan on the market. So anything that you think you know about, call me. Call me. I'll tell you. I'll help you work through it like I did Charlie and the nut.
That's awesome. She's amazing, and we're going to leave you with her LinkedIn page so you can get in touch with her. Just make a friend request and then go ahead and reach out to her directly. Gwendolyn Griffin, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.